Hey guys, welcome back to another video. On today's video, we're going to be getting the stabilizer jacks installed on this camper. I'm going to do one for you, then I'm going to finish up the other three on my own off camera. One should suffice as to what we got to do for the other three. So stay tuned to the video. Okay guys, so I brought a couple of the jacks out. I still got to go get my tools and stuff. But really the first thing you want to do, you want a nice smooth level surface to work with. In our case, we have a slightly out of level gravel driveway. So I'm going to get me a piece of cardboard and lay down right here. That way I don't tear my arms all to pieces. And I've lifted the back stabilizer jacks, the existing ones. I've took them up all the way, and I've lifted with the front jack there, the tongue jack. I've raised it slightly up a little bit, and then we're gonna mount our new jacks somewhere in this area right here. Hope you can see that. But like I said, I've got to go get all my tools out and stuff. So we'll be right back with you. Alright, I went and got all the tools that I'll need. Well, most of them anyway. I got my sunglasses on because these are also my safety glasses as well. So I'm going to be using them because I'm going to be doing some drilling and stuff under here. I'll turn around and show you what we got. Okay, I brought my big end pack. That's going to be for these back jacks when I get to them. Just to bust the bolts are kind of rusted on them. I got my standard 3/8 drill. Got my little 1/4 inch impact too. You're going to need a 5/16. I believe that's what it is. Yep, 5/16 drill bit. Fortunately, this kit doesn't come with hardware to put it on. But I just got some 1.5 inch 5/16 bolts, some 5/16 inch washers, and some. It worked out that all Tractor Supply had was the black oxide nylock nuts. That's all they had. They was out of the others, so that's what I ended up getting. But we're probably going to paint all that area anyway. And you'll need the jack kit, of course. But the first thing is I got one open, got one out. See, I got my cardboard laid down that I can work on. Try not to get too beat and bruised. I brought my tape measure and my marker and stuff, and I'll measure off the front on the other side. Well, that's just for doing the other side with. So you will need your tape measure and stuff. And like, you know, that way everything kind of lines up halfway decent. But we'll get you set up under here and we'll show you what's going on. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our jack placed under our frame rail. And I've got it sitting on a board here. And it is a little windy and it will be a little noisy. The first thing we're going to do is I've got it sitting on the board, and I want to line my jack plate here up with my frame rail. I'll raise it up. You'll see what's going on. We're just going to try to get the frame rail lined up pretty good with the jack. And you know what? I'll show you what we're working with. Let's see if you can get you in there on that. Okay, so there's this crossbeam right here, and it runs all the way back. So that's going to interfere with us putting our jack on. So we're going to move our jack up to right here in the front, I do believe. That way we can make sure it's going to fit. So let me reset operations here and we'll get right back with you. Okay, I found a better spot. I'm going to mount it right back behind this cross member. The little support plate coming out there. It clears everything back in there. It clears the, trying to see where it is. It clears this and it clears this both. So I can still get up in here and drill my holes and attach my hardware. So we'll get you set up here and go with it. Alright, so we'll finish raising up our jack, trying to keep it lined up and all that. You want to make sure it's halfway straight. Alright, now we've got our two holes lined up here with the frame where we're wanting to drill. There's not much room for error right here, but it should work out just fine. I'll probably get you a picture right here to show you what's going on before we start drilling. But I'm going to go get my drill and my bit ready and then come back and we'll start drilling. As you've seen in the picture there, this inside holes are the ones we're going to be attaching with. If you got a bigger camper or whatever, maybe a wider frame, you might possibly be able to connect these. But we're going to be attaching through the, not really the center, it's the center line holes. We're going to be attaching through the two kind of in the middle-ish holes. But I've got my drill ready over here, and hopefully you can see what we're doing here. And we're going to start with just the first hole. All right, so now that we got our hole drilled, we're gonna get us a nut slid up in there, and hopefully you can still see this on camera. We'll get you adjusted a little bit here. There we go. Sorry about the wind noise and the shaky camera, but the wind is blowing pretty rough right now. Get our nut started on top of there, and like I said, we're starting with this first one, and that'll get us like a good pivot or an anchor point if we need it. These are 5/16 bolts, so it'll take a 1/2 wrench. I'm using my little 1/2 impact. There we go. So now we'll go around and do this 3 more times on this jack right here. hard to do this without seeing. There we go. You can do that. If you can see, I've got my water tank right here. There's nothing in behind here, no lines or nothing like that. You always want to watch out for that kind of stuff. All right, there's 3 out of the 4. All right, so we've got that one installed, and it's lifting the camper just fine. It's not meant to lift though, it's just meant to stabilize. There we go, got it retracted all the way. Sorry for the out of focus. Shouldn't have no clearance. My step's about the same level as that. Shouldn't have no clearance issues. It's mounted on there pretty solid. And like I said, it's just meant for stabilizing only. You know, you're not gonna jack the camper up and change a tire with it. I'm sure some people may try, but not meant for that. And I'll come back here in just a little bit. I'm gonna run around and install these other 3. You can do it quicker off camera than on camera. I'll give you about an exact time frame that it takes to install one. We'll go over here. Like I said, we're going to measure from the front of the camper right here to the front of the jack, and sort of that way we sort of get these 2 jacks in line with each other. But basically I'm installing these because on this camper it had a lot of shake, and where the door is on it, when you would step out of the door, it was solid back here in the back, but you still had, where it was just the tongue jack alone, you still had a lot of movement. And considering we're going to be sleeping up in the front area, and you know, just, you know, maybe wind or whatever gets up, you know, these will stabilize it a whole lot more by having 4 of them. But I'll get these other 3 installed right fast, and we'll come back with you. All right, guys, we're back. Got all 4 of the camper jacks installed. Got all my tools picked up, put back up in the garage. So I started installing the other 3 at 1 o'clock. It's now 3 o'clock. So you can see that one hanging down there. And there's that one. This one gave me the worst trouble. The bolts were kind of rusted out. You can see I got some flaking paint. I did repaint all that underneath the frame. Don't know how you can see it. I've got some more work to do to it. But I do have them all 4 installed. Like I said, we're just getting everything installed and put in place. I'm going to probably remove them later on. That's why I didn't worry about painting the bolts. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see how much more stable they are with our front jack here. I'll get it as level as I can. Alright, that looks like about front to back level. Now I'm just using my impact and 3/4 inch bit, or 3/4 inch socket rather. It does come with the crank handle and an actual bit that you can use to lower them down or raise them up. Hit the back. Hit the front. We'll go check our level now. Hopefully it's pretty close. Not so much. It's close front to back, but side to side. Probably still needs to come up on this side just a little. See where we're at now? We'll just get it close. That's a little off, but it's almost in the circle. Like I said, we're just checking the stability out of the camper. Oh yeah, this is way nicer. Sorry showing you the mess. There's no more flex to it like there was when I was getting up in it before. Even with the back jacks down, it was flexing a lot. But now with 4 jacks on the ground, we're in good shape. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I'll leave a link in the description for the stabilizer jacks we bought that came from Amazon. Not too expensive, decent reviews, but I'll leave that link in the description for you. And we'll get started on a few other projects. Sorry for all the wind noise, benefits of filming outdoors, but you know, don't forget to leave your comments and stuff or questions. Whatever you got, we'll be happy to answer them for you. And well, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you camping.